Hey, welcome to Tip Training Tuesday. We are so happy to be back in the mill, and we are 6 feet apart.
Yep, trying.
Maintaining it. So I'm going to give my little spiel. I'm going to pop out so Jared can come and have his space. I'm just going to tell that just Hey. So I just want to welcome you back to Skipio and want to give you a quick just reminder about our freemium offer. There are so many businesses right now that really are dying to stay in touch with their customers. A lot are emerging back into the business place. They're opening their doors and they need a way to get in touch with several people at one time. And that is what Skipio can do for you. You can reach out on a personal level to several people. And the greatest thing about this platform right now is it is free. We can get this platform into your hands for free and let your friends, your families, your neighbors, all the businesses you know that they can come and they can get this for free. And if you need help or they need help understanding the platform or have questions, technical questions, or just marketing questions, make sure you come here and visit us on this Facebook page. We will get those questions answered for you. And if you have an account and you're in your account, visit your success center. Your resource center, actually, we're renaming that to the resource center because that's what it is. It's chock full of every resource you need to be successful in our platform. So there it is. Today we are going to talk about automations and how they make your life so much more simple. It's a way you can scale and you can multiply yourself. Specifically today with Zapier, that's an integration that we have that has been wildly popular. I think of any integration we have, that is the one that people ask about the most. So Jared is going to give us some training on that and specifically automations and integrations and how they can make your life easier. So Jared, turning the time over.
All right. All right, what's going on, everybody? Yes, we are social distancing, trying to figure out how to get back into the flow of work. Many of you maybe have less employees now, and so you might have some automation. You might want to use automations to help you communicate better so you can communicate at scale. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're talking specifically automations through Zapier, but the principles that we talk about, the automation principles, the rules that we'll build, where we're going to click into your account is directly related to all of the integrations that we have that allow for automation. So our MindBody integration, our Zoho integration, ClickFunnels integration, the principles we're talking about today will work for all of those. So let's go ahead and jump right into our Skipio account. And we will get ready to roll here.
If they have any questions, I'm here
yes.
on Facebook. They can comment. We can dialogue.
Awesome. Yes. If you have any questions about automations or anything, we've got Bianca's moderating the comments of our Facebook page. Okay. So we're in our demo account, and I'm actually show you how I got to where I got. When you log in, it's going to take you to the resource center. Again, like Bianca said, that's a great place for you to find access to this. And then even I can search for automations in the resource center, and we've got how to set up your smart automations and rules. That's what we're going to be training on, but there is an article there for you. Okay, so automations allow you to automatically have messaging begin for a contact when something happens to that contact. And so the automations themselves, you create those automations at the campaign level. Okay, so we're going to find a campaign that we want to automatically use in our when something happens to one of our contacts. And this could be a new lead that comes in on a ClickFunnels page or on a website. It could be when someone checks in and it updates in your CRM that they've checked in. It could be someone who's requested information. There's a lot of different places that you can trigger these automations to happen. Again, we're going to be focusing on Zapier today. And how to build a Zap that starts messaging from Zapier. And so I've got this automations demo lead. I already created this campaign. So the first step that you need to do is make sure you have a campaign created, okay? Because the rules, the automation rules that we're talking about are going to be attached to this campaign. Okay, so I've got my campaign here. It sends a message 7 minutes after they're added. And then again, 1 day later at 12:50 p.m. And I do 7 minutes. You can do as fast as 1 minute. But if someone is, since we're going to be doing this as if they're brand new leads, I don't want it to seem 100% automated to my end user. So I'm not going to send the message like 2 seconds later after they submit the form, but we'll talk about that in just a second. And then in our campaign, we click on rules, and this is where we're going to create our new automations. And I'm going to walk you through this because really this is the heart of what we're going to be talking about today. You have to give this a name. So I'm just going to call this add to my automations demo lead campaign. Okay, so that's what this rule is called. And now I need to walk through some of these steps to build this automation. So when should this automation run? That's to say, when do I want this automation, when do I want Skipio to look to run this automation, to start this thing happening automatically? Okay, and we're gonna run this automation. You have 3 options. You can run it when a contact is created. So anytime there's a brand new contact, Skipio will look at that contact, check to see if this rule fits, and if it does, it will put them in the campaign. When a contact is updated, anytime a contact has an update, it will check and see if the rule fits, and if it does, it will run the automation, or you can do this daily. The daily ones we found work really well for expired credit cards or things like that, where you want to check it every single day to see if one of their fields, if there's been a change. But we'll come back to that in a little bit. Okay, and then you have this option. How many times do you want this to run for each contact? Okay, do you want it to run just once? So let's say, we've got Bianca here. Let's say she comes in, her contact's been updated, and she just purchased a new car. I want that to only run one time for her. It's going to look, it's going to say, yes, she purchased this new car. Great. Let's run her through the automation. The next time that field gets updated, it won't run her through that again. Or you can have it set to run every single time that the conditions are met. And we're really talking about some pretty, if it feels advanced, if it feels overwhelming, I'm sorry, but be patient, because I promise it's worth its weight in gold, because it's going to automate a lot of workflows that you may already be doing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this once per contact, and we're going to do it when a contact is created. So anytime there's a new contact, and I'm only going to run it one time for that contact, it's going to check something. Well, what is that something that it's going to check? Well, you've got these conditions, and your conditions are the things that are being checked to run this automation. So in this case, we have if, and I have all of these fields that I have access to. And I don't know if you can see right here, it's not going to be able to zoom in, but it says Calendly V2. That's my integration, one of the integrations I've connected to this. And I have all of these fields that come with that integration. So if you've connected to Salesforce, if you've connected to Zoho, if you've connected to MindBody, you have access to fields inside of that integration that you can run automations off of. And I will come back to that in just a second as well. And then I have these other fields that don't have a name attached to them. I've just got flow status, funnel ID. Some of these look like they're from my ClickFunnels integration, but I created them manually. I've got page name, I've got decline status. I've got all of these different fields that I have access to. So for now, I'm just going to choose flow as my condition. And it is equal to this. And I'm going to say flow is equal to new lead. So basically all that we did here is we said, okay, Skipio, there is a field for every single contact called flow. If that field, inside that field, it says new lead, put them in this campaign. That's all that we've done so far. We're saying, hey, Skipio, there's a brand new contact. There's a field that says flow. And if that field value is new lead, it will put them, it will do something. In this case, we're going to add them to the campaign. We'll go ahead and hit save. Okay, so we just built an automation rule for my automations demo lead campaign. And the rule says, anytime there's a new contact, if the field called flow is equal to new lead, so that's to say, if the words new lead are in the flow field on that contact, we need to add them to the campaign. Okay, that's what we just did. So for many of you, you're probably saying, wait a second, I don't have, when I go to this page, I don't have any of these conditions or any of these fields or anything. So let me show you how to create those. You actually do that from your profile. So we'll go to the profile and we're going to click on custom fields. Now inside of Skipio, we have 3 different types of custom fields. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on them, so I'll just be very brief about what they are. We have custom fields. You got your custom contact fields. These are the ones that you can bring into your messaging, like spouse name. I've got make and model of car here, the last time they visited, a friend's name. That's pieces of data that we want to bring into the message. So let's say you're a mobile dog groomer. You would want to create a custom field for your clients that is dog's name. And so you can bring that into your messaging. You can use that in your campaigns and in your message templates. Okay, those are the custom contact fields. We'll go ahead and scroll down. Then you have this custom user fields. Those are fields about you and about your business. So you could put your Facebook page link here. You could put your address there. You could put another phone number there or a fax number if you have it. You can create those fields and also use those in your messaging. So you don't have to type out your Facebook page every single time you're inviting someone to your Facebook page. You can just put bracket Facebook page bracket, and it will automatically bring that link in, or any of your social channels. Okay, and then we have this third option, these custom CRM fields. These are your automation fields, the fields that we just saw in our campaign. And maybe we should just relabel these as automation fields. We've tied many of them to your CRM, and that's why we call them that. But as you scroll down here, you can see I've got all of these different labels. These are the field labels, and then the type of field that they are. So the start time of the last event, that is a date field. So you can run an automation that says, if their appointment was 3 days ago, add them to this campaign. Or if their appointment is in 2 days, add them to this campaign. And then I've got flow. That's the one that we just set up in our integration, or excuse me, in our automation rule. Flow status. I've got my funnel IDs here. And then I've got decline status. So I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new one right now. We'll do add a new CRM field, and we're going to call this, in my spreadsheet, I've got help requested as the field. And so I'm just going to, instead of calling it help request, I'm actually going to call it lead type. Okay. And this label is called lead type, and the type of field that it is, the type of data that we allow to be in there. We've got 4 options: a number, we've got a string. So string is just text, a true false value, and date. So the lead type, it's going to be, sometimes I'm going to have new leads, sometimes I'm going to have cold leads. So it's just text. So I'm going to choose string and then save. Okay, it's going to think for a minute and save. And then we'll come back to our campaign. We'll come back to our automations demo lead. We'll come to our rule, and we're going to change this. Instead of if flow is equal to new lead, we're actually just going to change this field to if lead type is equal to new, just new. Let's do that. So lead type is equal to new, add them to this campaign. All right. So we have created a rule. We've gone to our profile and created a field. And if you don't have any fields, you'll need to create the field first before you can create the automation. But now what we can do is, in our third-party system, in this case Zapier, we'll be able to create a Zap that creates a new contact and gives them this value, this lead type value of new, so that they're added to the campaign. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to Zapier. And for those of you who have never used Zapier before, it's an awesome integration tool. There's lots of things that you can do here. The limit really is just how creative you want to be. And then to access our app in Zapier, you'll click on up here in the top right corner, you'll go to integrations, you'll click this install button. It's kind of deceiving because you don't actually have to install it. All you have to do is click this link right here, and it will say you've been invited to use Skipio on Zapier. You'll click accept invite and Build Zap, and it will take you right into your Zapier account. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I've already done that, And now I'm building a Zap inside of Zapier. So my trigger inside of Zapier works almost like dominoes, where your first domino is your trigger. When you press it over, all the rest of them fall down. Everything else happens when something happens at the start. And so our starting thing is we're saying, hey, anytime there's a new spreadsheet row in Google Sheets, and I use this because it's a very generic example, because you can send any form fills you could send to a Google Sheet if you wanted to. Anytime someone fills out a Google form, or let's say you're running new leads through a Shopify page, you can put them all inside of a Google Sheet. It's just a really good free database hub for you to use. So that's what I'm using for this example. So the app that we're choosing is Google Sheets, and the trigger is a new spreadsheet row. Okay, so we're basically building an automation now inside of Zapier, similar to how we just did inside of Skipio. I'll go ahead and click continue. It's going to have you connect your account, the account that you want Zapier to be able to find this spreadsheet. And I've already connected my Gmail. If you have any questions, just email me, I guess. And then the spreadsheet, yeah, or you can comment in Facebook. Yes, we're here. We're here live. You don't have to email me, but you saw my email, so it's there. The spreadsheet, if I click on this again, if you've never used Zapier before, it just pulls a list of all of the spreadsheets that I have. The most recent one that I've looked at shows up at the top. And that's this spreadsheet. It's called Automations Examples, and this is sheet 1. And so the worksheet that we're pulling from is sheet 1. And I'll click continue. Okay, and there's no data there. There's nothing here, so we haven't done anything. And so we'll go ahead and just leave this blank for a minute. But if I hit test and review, Zapier's gonna think and say, hey, we actually can't find anything. Okay, which is great. That's what we were expecting to happen. So let's go ahead and add some data to this. So we're just gonna say that today's date, this is live. It's not April anymore. Wow, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. May 5th, 2020. And we'll put automations help. Okay, so that is a new spreadsheet row in our spreadsheet. And again, you don't have to type all these in. You can have a Zap that creates these automatically. You can just upload a bunch of them and have them be there. But now if we come back to our Zap, and we're going to come back to the customized spreadsheet row, continue, and it's only asking us to skip test. We're going to test trigger again, and sure enough, there's all of our data that we just put in. We've got my new contact with all of the information that lives in our Google Sheet. So pretty cool thing. Our trigger is working. So let's go ahead and set up our second domino. In this case, it's going to be Skipio. So we're using the Skipio 0.1.5. That is the most recent, most updated version of our Skipio app. Okay, and you're going to be able to use those automation fields that we just created with this version of the Skipio app inside of Zapier. Okay, the action that we're going to choose, so once we've picked our app, Skipio, the action is we want to create or update a contact. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And now it's going to have me connect my Skipio account to Zapier. Okay, we're going to go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom and click add new account. So I'm going to pause for a second on the screen share and see if I can show you exactly what that looks like. It's going to look just like this. Sorry, Zapier doesn't like to show these when you're screen sharing, so you have to choose it. Basically, it's going to say, do you allow Zapier to access your Skipio account? And so you need what's called your Skipio API key or your API token. When you do this, you're going to need this token. So please reach out to us so we can get you that token. Okay, it's a unique code specific to your account. We don't recommend sharing it with anybody because it will allow systems to communicate and talk with each other. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put my token in there right now, which I've got. And let me go ahead and share the screen one more time. Again, right now you're not seeing that anything is there, but as soon as I connect the account, we'll see my Skipio account. All right, see that there now? It says demo account, clarkdemo@skipio.com. If I come back to here and go to my profile, we've connected the account properly. And now Zapier can communicate with my Skipio account. In this case, we're gonna send a new contact into Skipio from Zapier. Okay, so we've picked our app, we've connected our account. We're gonna go ahead and click continue. All right, so now we get to map our data. So Skipio has fields for customer data like first name, mobile number, last name, email. As we scroll down, you're gonna see all of the custom fields that we just talked about, all of the CRM fields that we just talked about, right? And then our Google spreadsheet also has data. So we're just now saying, okay, the data that lives on our spreadsheet in this specific column and this specific row needs to match up directly with the data that can live in Skipio. Okay, and that's why we named these rows the way that we did. We got first name, last name, phone, email, and help requested, right? So we're gonna go ahead and map those to our spreadsheet, the data that lives with our spreadsheet. So I click on this, it's going to show me my new spreadsheet row. So that's step one of my Zap. What data do I want to put inside of Skipio that I'm getting from my spreadsheet row? Well, I'm gonna just match them up. So I've got my first name field from my Google Sheet is going to be my first name field in Skipio. And we'll just walk through and do all of these. My mobile phone number, last name, Clark, email. I'm gonna go ahead and, if you don't see it here, just click show all options and it will show everything that you have access to, email. And then I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down and put in one of my custom fields, I've got help needed. That's information that I wanna use in my messaging because in my campaign, it says, hey, first name, I'm really excited to help you with boom, and then help needed. So we'll go ahead and do show all options here, automations help. And I'm gonna come to my contact field. Sorry, it's pretty small, but we've got our contact fields here. We're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom. And we've got this lead type. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just type instead of choosing from our spreadsheet, which we could do. So if you have, let's say you're using a spreadsheet and multiple lead sources are populating your spreadsheet. So let's say you've got Facebook leads and Instagram leads, and you've got LinkedIn leads. You've got like leads that your own sales reps are putting in. If you have a field that says what that is, so Facebook, Instagram, like a manual input lead, you could use those as your automation field here and send different messaging based on the lead types. You could have, the Facebook leads get a specific message and the ones that are inputted manually get a specific message. But for this one, we're just going to go ahead and type in the word new. And we just want to match it to whatever our campaign automation is. So let's come back to our automation here. We'll click on rules. We'll click the down arrow. And if lead type is equal to new, so that's all I'm going to put in our Zap. New and continue. It's going to load up for a second and say, okay, here's the data that we're going to send over to Skipio right now. It's going to say first name, mobile number, last name, email. The source is Zapier because that's where this contact is coming from. We're in the help needed field. We're going to put automations help. And in the lead type, we're going to put new. And there's a lot of text here. If you've mapped the fields properly, you don't need to walk through this. Now let's go ahead and hit test and review. Let test and review. It's going to think for a second. And we should get a green bar at the top that says a test contact was sent to Skipio just now. Well, let's come to Skipio and find that new contact that we just tested. We'll come to our address book. We'll look for me. And sure enough, there I am. We've got all of my information. As we scroll down, look, we've got our help needed field was automatically filled out. And if I come all the way to the bottom, it didn't bring in my lead type. Go ahead and refresh this guy. Oh, yeah. Jared@skipio.com. Here we are. All right, we've got all of our fields here now that we can run automations on. Okay, so quick pop quiz. Should I have been added to this campaign? It would seem like, oh yes, absolutely, you should have been added to this campaign. Except I was already a contact in my Skipio account. And so because our rule was set up such that I only run this rule on new contacts, when a contact is created, it's not going to add me to this campaign. Okay, so you only want to use the when a contact is created for promotions and leads that aren't already in your system. If they already are in your system, like your studio members or past customers, you're going to want to use the automation when a contact is updated. So let's go ahead and change that. When a contact is updated, save. Go ahead and refresh this page. We'll double check. When a contact is updated, if the lead type is equal to new, add them to this campaign. Okay, let's go back to our profile and just double check that our automation field is there. Our label lead type is a string. Okay, it's still there. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and retest this Zap. So I've come back to Zapier and I'm going to retest adding this person to my Skipio account. And this time I expect my contact to be added to this campaign because our rules now say anytime a contact is updated. So we're going to send some new information in. The contact is now new, it's updated, and so it will add me to that campaign. We're going to go ahead and click retest and review. And it said a contact was sent to Skipio just now. Come back to our campaigns. And sure enough, we've got our automations demo lead. We have one contact that's in this campaign. And that contact is me because the automation ran properly. All right, so my contact now will have a message scheduled for 7 minutes later that says, when works well for you to jump on a call. And if I don't respond, because I've used this remove contact from campaign, if they send you a message, I will automatically get this follow-up a day later. But if I do respond, I won't get this follow-up. I know we talked about a lot. Let's go ahead and take a step back, slowly walk through everything that we just did, a 2-minute recap, and then we'll let you get back to building some zaps. Automations are a powerful way for you to automate a lot of the processes that you're already doing. When I say automate, I mean have them happen without you manually pushing any buttons. Okay, whether you're linking a website and you want anytime someone fills out a specific form on your website to get specific messaging. Let's say someone schedules an appointment and you want to send them a confirmation as soon as they schedule an appointment. You can have that happen with Skipio. Okay, you have access to all of these integrations. Depending on the plan that you're on, you have access to these integrations that allow you to automate your messaging based on data or information on your contacts that lives in your CRMs. Okay, so what we did is we created a new CRM custom field, or a custom CRM field, and you access those from your profile by clicking on my profile and then choosing custom fields and scrolling to the bottom of the 3 options, custom CRM field. We created a brand new one called lead type. So anytime a lead type, or excuse me, now every contact has this field lead type on it, and you can run automations because these are your automation fields, different from your messaging custom fields. Then we came to our campaign. We picked our campaign. We clicked on rules, and we created a new automation. Okay, and this automation says anytime a contact is created or updated, we started with created and it didn't work because I was already in my system, so we changed it to updated. But now I know that the majority of the people who are going to come through this will be brand new. I'll change it back to created. If the lead type field is equal to new, automatically add them to this campaign. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit save on that. Then we jumped to our Zap, and we were building a Zap. After we accepted the invite, we came here and said, anytime there's a new spreadsheet row inside of Google Sheets, automatically do these things. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just do another one, May 6th, or excuse me, still May 5th. Uh, 8939693. There we go. We have a new spreadsheet row. And this time, if I come back and I'm going to retest, we'll go ahead and continue. Excuse me, find data, load more, row B, this is our brand new one. We've got Jared test. We'll hit continue there. Once our trigger was all set up, we connected our Skipio account and we customized the contact to match. When it says customize contact, you're matching the fields that live on your spreadsheet to the fields that live in Skipio. We did that, and okay, help requested is going to be updated to being awesome, and the lead type is going to equal new. Okay, we're cool with that. We'll come down. This is our old test that we just did a few minutes ago, so we're going to go ahead and retest and review. And it's going to send that contact to Skipio. And because our fields match, our lead type field is equal to new. It's in here somewhere. Lots of data in here. That contact is going to automatically be added to our campaign. We talked about a lot. I'm going to go ahead. We'll try and splice this up and reshare it. But at the end of the day, we hope that you're using your automations because it's going to save you so much time, especially with a lot of you being able to open up again. Automations are a great way for you to ensure that every single new lead that you're getting right now, which you're probably going to have a lot of them, is getting contacted. And then you don't have to worry that they're not getting contacted because Skipio will just continue to follow up until they respond. And so use Skipio to your advantage to allow you to do more than you could do on your own. Bianca, do you have anything for them? I'm going to go ahead and slide out. Keep this 6 feet.
That's it. You can always find our videos in our YouTube channel, and we hope you have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.